Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And so I was gonna do this as a short, get the quick things out of my head, but because I'm like, oh, it's only 15 minutes, so I won't need a full video. Well, then I watched it, and I'm like, you know what? My thoughts might take more than 3 minutes, so we'll just do a regular review. So this is that Jason universe that is coming out. I guess it's connected that TV show, the Crystal Lake TV show with Linda Cardellini. It's coming out, the prequel show, and I guess they're doing. This is still a fan film. Let's not kid ourselves. They say official, but this is not. It's written and directed by Christopher P. Nelson, who did the effects for the David Gordon Green Halloween movies. So you know you can do good effects. And the effects, for the most part of this, are good. The writing, on the other hand, so like I said, it's only 15 minutes. I think they should have went for more of a half hour. Because when it's only 15 minutes, you don't have much time to tell much of a story. And it feels like there's a bunch of things missing. Like, there's a point where something happens, and then snap, we're somewhere else, and then everything just happens so quickly, and it's over, and you're going, what just happened? Right? The story is these four people, an engaged couple, her friend, and this other guy. I don't think we need to even know all of the names. I don't remember the main girl's name either, but they're going out to this cabin, I guess, to celebrate her getting engaged. She's confused as to why he chose her. But I don't know. And they get there and they meet this weird guy who offers her an apple, right? So I'm watching this and okay, this seems fine, I guess. But like, I don't know. So then, like, we don't see Jason at first, of course, but like, the guy wants to go hang out with his buddy. But she's like, oh, come on, let's go down to the lake. He's like, well, let me get a swimsuit. And she's like, we don't need a swimsuit. And then she goes, oh, meet me down there. She goes down there, she gets in the canoe, or whatever you call it, the little boat. She's in there, and if you watch the trailer, you see him popping out of the ocean. So he pops out of the ocean and pulls her into the water. And like I said, snap, it's nighttime, and she's popping back out of the water again. And I went, wait, that makes no fucking sense. She would have died. There's no way she survived being pulled underneath the water. By the end of the movie, she looks zombified. Again, there's no real dialogue explaining anything because they had to make it short. It's only 15 minutes. Maybe even 13 minutes and 3 minutes of credits. I don't know. But like, there's no explanation here. She pops out of the water. She makes it back. All of a sudden, her boyfriend's making out with the other chick that was there. No real explanation for that. She's just pissed. Jason shows up, throws her through the window. She survives that. There's a fight going on. Even though Jason just threw her through the window, he uses the door, which makes no sense to me. No offense, Mr. Nelson, but have you not seen a Friday the 13th movie ever? When Jason breaks through a wall, he walks through it. He doesn't break through the window and then walk all the way around to the door. That makes no sense to me. Because boyfriend guy, fiance, goes to, I'm gonna go get help. Okay. But no, we see that there's one thing, when she's out on the boat, we see two dead bodies, and I went, who are those bodies? Are those the two guys that were with them? Because that sucks that they were killed off screen. But no, there's just two random bodies. And then when she's walking, we see that the creepy guy was killed with an apple in his mouth, because that's what he offered her earlier. Then boyfriend gets rammed down with the door and then takes an outboard motor to the face. And then the other guy gets killed when Jason throws the other part of the motor at the guy's face. Yeah. Then it looks like so he stabs our main chick with the machete. And she's like on the floor struggling with it. And it looks like he's going to take an apple core and use it on the other girl's face. But main girl stops him. Although it doesn't make sense why. But yeah. And so other girl runs off, and we see that the main girl grabs a kitchen knife after she stabs the machete through Jason. And the main girl runs to the vehicle, trying to find, there's no keys. And I'm like, okay, there's going to be a jump scare where the main girl pops up in a window. Does. She's there, she got the keys, she gets in. And the whole time they're driving away, I'm sitting, she's going to stab her. She's going to stab her. And she does. She kills her. But this is fucking stupid. Like, other girl is driving, so main girl stabs her, they plow into a tree. I'm like, yeah, that wasn't very smart, was it? You should have been the one driving. It would make sense that she should have been the one driving. She has to go like this, and then keep driving, right? But when she gets out of the vehicle, Jason is already fucking there, because he can teleport, don't you forget. And she's standing there, looking all weird. And then she goes to fight him, or something, and it cuts the credits. Yeah, an extra 15 minutes would have been able to kind of get us a little more from the characters, have anything that wasn't a cock tease. And people were complaining that the mask was going to be the worst thing about this. Look, I'm not hating on this. It was fine. Yeah, because people saw the mask and the design like, I think it looks fine. I mean, it is. It's a fan film. Do you expect it to be? And I know that the Womp films, the Vincent DeSanti films that they did had a higher quality, but you remember that everyone has the same amount of money to work with. But I think they should have went a little more for the money. They should have got more money and made this a half hour at least, because there's not enough there. It makes no sense. There's not enough dialogue to fill anything in. There's not enough anything else. She's pulled under the water and then pops out. She's pulled under the water in the daylight, pops out of the water at night. That doesn't make any sense. The boyfriend, the fiance going after the other girl and not wondering where his fiance has been this whole time? And there's no dialogue, really, when everything happens. Like, you think she should catch them first, or when they see her outside the freaking large window, she should catch them first, and then Jason shows up. But no, and then when she's thrown to the window, there's no, I can explain. No, it's immediately onto fighting Jason. So I don't know. There just wasn't enough time to tell a cohesive story. The opening to this movie, doing this thing, was very confusing because I thought they were playing the trailer again. It's edited weird. There's weird editing in this. It was edited weird because it's just the way that people were talking and it was cutting around. I thought like they'd played a trailer before this. They really didn't have that much of a budget time constraints. I don't know. I'll give it a middle of the road. I'll give it a low middle of the road because I think you should check this out. If you're a Jason fan, check it out. There's some decent gore, but they really didn't have enough time. They needed more budget. They needed more time. 15 minutes was not enough. There's not enough information given. We don't know enough. And you could say some other fan films, they leave you like those Vincent DeSanti ones. They had a lot, left that you wanted more of. It left you with more, but it still had dialogue, it had characterization, all that stuff because it was longer. This was 15 minutes. And yeah, that wasn't enough. You know, we can't just fill in the blanks ourselves. We need more exposition. We need more background. They don't even really mention Jason. The guy mentions there was murder and killing and death, but there's not really much of anything else. So I don't know, but I'll give it a little middle of the road. Sure, why not? It's fine. So what are your thoughts on Sweet Revenge? Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.